who were not at the Deal campus, I need you to say, we have enough church members.
We have enough church members.
Say it again.
We have enough church members.
We have enough church members. Contrary to what it looks like, we have enough church members. As I said at the first service, I have really been praying for the well-being of New Kingdom. Not just in the general, of course, as a pastor, set man in the house, we're going to pray, but then there are certain times, Sam, where you got to be a little more intense in your prayer. All right? And the reasoning is because there are times that we can get so complacent. We can hear the voice of our pastor, but not respect the voice of the pastor. Because what happens, we become too familiar with each other.
Yeah.
That respect for the person of each other is gone. Am I? All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You're right.
And so what ended up happening is that we're at this place in August. In August, the Lord challenged us, the church, to commit to turning the page. The Lord challenged the church, let's commit to turning the page. And what's page? Prayer, attendance, giving, and engaging. Let's say it again. Prayer, attendance, giving, and engaging. So if the Lord challenged the church in those 4 areas, I got a question. Where have you improved?
My Lord. My Lord.
This was a couple months ago. And so then we turned right around in September, and then we had invite month. Where the first Sunday we invited a co-worker. The next Sunday we invited a classmate. The third Sunday we invited a family member, and then the fourth Sunday we invited a friend. So I got a question. How many people work? How many people work or did work? Raise your hand. How many people did work? Okay. How many people went to school? How many people went to school? All right. How many people got some family? How many people got friends? So to that point, everyone who raised their hand, Sam ain't got nothing. Sam ain't got no family. He got no friend. Sam ain't went to work. Sam said, I know where you going with this. I ain't even gonna raise my hand. Sam said, I ain't even gonna. And so we were challenged to do those things. But for the month of September, as we said earlier, there were 13 guests or visitors. And 2 of them were not because we invited them, they just came. Between the 2 campuses. So that means we got work to do. We have work to do. And no need in having a second campus if the second campus is just an overflow or the same as the first.
Yeah.
We got too many church members. Now, I say that because on roll, New Kingdom has 1,700 members. Let me say it again. 1,700 members. What would happen if 1,700 showed up?
My God.
Let's just say, what if even half of that
Right.
showed up? That's what, 850? Well, let's just say if half of that showed up.
Right.
425.
1/3.
But the reason all 1,700 don't show up, the reason all 825 don't show up, the reason 400, we might get them on rotation. Okay, no, I was about to lie. We might get it on rotation. Because we might get 100 a month. You know, they rotate. And I get it. People have lives. They got work. They got things to do. But here's the question. Why must God have your house primary and you treat his house optional?
Right.
Why must God's house be optional when you want your house primary? I'm going to make some people mad today. Again. Sam, you be mad again. All right. So what ends up happening, we discount the message because of the messenger.
Right.
We discount the message because of the messenger. That's why the children of Israel took forever to get to the promised land, because they were so busy looking at Moses and Aaron that they did not look at the God of Moses, or should I say, the God in Moses. So as long as God was giving them what they wanted, it was all right. So as long as God is giving us what we want, it's all right. As long as we're getting blessed, we all right. Isn't it amazing? No sooner as stuff hit our house, no sooner as stuff happening to us, then we find our way to the church. And then soon as things kind of okay, we begin to go our way. And then there's, on the other side, flip side of that, there are some people, soon as life happens, they run. As if to say God can't fix it. As if to say God can't do it. But that's because people have become church members. We're in a series this month, and for the next 3 months, 3 weeks. My attention span ain't that long in 3 months. For the next 3 weeks, becoming a disciple. Becoming a disciple. Every church member do not become a disciple. But every disciple was a church member.
Right.
Let me say it again. Every disciple was a church member. But every church member do not become a disciple. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Because we get so comfortable in just becoming a church member. We get so comfortable in just coming to church and never become the church. And so it becomes okay for us, I'm just going to come to church. But do you not know it was not intended for us just to be church members?
Right.
It was intended for us to become disciples. That's why the last thing he said in Matthew 28, and we got to go there. Let's go there, because I don't want y'all to think I made this up. Let's go there. I didn't make this up. I make up some stuff. I don't make this up. Matthew 28. This is the last conversation. This conversation was right between the resurrection and the ascension. All right, we got that? And he had many conversations. He had many, what we would call commandments. He told them several things, but this is what we call the Great Commission. Nana, where you got Nana? That's it, Nana? Do we have the bulletins here? We do? Okay, all right, just making sure. All right. And for those who didn't have a bulletin at the first service, make sure you get one, because the message of this series is on the bulletin. Don't lose the mission and the Great Commission. Don't lose the mission of the Great Commission. That's our series for this month. We got enough church members. We have enough church members. The problem is that we don't have enough disciples. So Matthew 28, verse 16. Then the 11 disciples left for Galilee. They were going to the mountain where Jesus had told them to go. In other words, he called a meeting. This is one of the meetings. Now some meetings, some gatherings, they just happen. Some happen because they heard about him. But this meeting was intentional. It says, they went to the mountain that he told them to go. When they saw him, they worshiped him. But he could come to church, but some of them doubted. Jesus came and told the disciples, I have been given all authority in heaven and on earth. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Teach these these new disciples. Teach these new disciples. Teach these new disciples. Let me say it again. Teach these new disciples to obey all the commands I have given, and be sure of this: I am with you always, even to the end. So, but let me tell you what the problem of the church. All right? Everybody got a smartphone? Left in the car? All right. If you got a smartphone, take it out and put the flashlight on. If you got a smartphone, take it out and put the flashlight on. All right? We even had people in the first service, they had flip phones. Flip phones. All right. So this is what the church looked like. Everybody hold your light in the air. Hold your light. This is what the church looks like. We come to church and we're only showing our light in here. And showing your light in here, is my light on? Okay, all right. Showing your light in here does not really make any difference.
That's right.
It made no difference having your light on in here.
Yes.
So what we as church folk do, we come in trying to outshine each other.
Yeah.
Whew.
Say that.
We come in trying to outshine folk.
Jesus.
My gift is better than your gift. I'm going to pray better than you pray. I'm going to preach better than you preach. Listen. Your gift is not needed in here. It's already lit in here.
Amen.
Whew. It's already lit in here. But let me tell you what it's supposed to look like. Help me out, David. So when you go into the dark world,
Yeah.
your light is to be shining in dark places. Your light is not to shine in lit places.
That's right.
This is where you come in and plug your light in.
Come on now.
This is where you come in and get some more wattage.
That's right.
Because some lights been dimming, some lights been blinking, some lights ain't shining. So you come in and get a little power,
That's
so
right.
that when you leave, your light can shine,
Amen.
so that the dark world may see your good works. And watch this, and glorify the Father. Don't miss that. Now, I think what ended up happening, you can cut the light back on. Two people that went to sleep. So what ended up happening is that we try to outshine each other. And so what ended up happening is that the reason why some people never become disciples, because the first word he said to them was go. See, some people got stuck on the word come. We came, we stayed, but we never.
Go.
We get so comfortable, we never become a disciple. Watch this. Because church folk want titles. Disciples want work. Great God from Zion.
Amen.
Church people, all they want, just give me a title. So that I can shine my light in church. But let me tell you, you ain't that light going to hell. Because you keep on.
Say that.
I told you I'm going to make somebody mad today. Because watch this, it's in the Bible. Because when one man, church worker, went to heaven, he got there and he said, I'm trying to get to heaven. And the Father said, depart from me. I don't know you. He said, wait, I counted money in the church. I sang in the church. I was an usher. I worked the sound booth. I preached. He said, but I don't know you. Because what you want is what you got, and that was your title. You never became a disciple. You never went and did the work of him who called you.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing? In Matthew 10, he says to them, go tell them the Messiah is coming. He says, go tell them that the Messiah is coming. Then he turned right around and Matthew 28, it says, go tell them that the Messiah is going to return. Watch this. When he first got here, 1 step on the scene, go tell them that the Messiah is coming. Now when he leaves them, he tells them, now go tell them that the Messiah is going to return. See, we get so used to coming to church and never become the church.
Amen. That's right.
See, the church got too many members, but not enough disciples. Y'all think like I'm funny. Okay. So, we want God to make our house primary when we make his house optional. I'm going to say this, and I hope you understand my heart. I said in the first service, I refuse to pastor a church with people who made a deal with the devil. I refuse to pastor a church with people who have shaken hands with the devil, made a deal. In other words, you have dual lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you want, what part am I supposed to pastor? That's a question. What part am I supposed to pastor? What part are you, what side? Who coming to church? Now, are you coming out of guilt? Or are you coming because I am obligated? Not because of the man of God, but because of the God I serve.
Right.
Because when you're a disciple, you come because I know I need to be there, because there's an assignment in the mouth of the man, so that when I go, I know what I'm going with. I know who I'm going for. I know what I'm going to do. See, that's why the Bible says some were called and some just went.
Right.
Some were called, some just went, because you didn't get all the instructions. Now, and I believe that some went because there was nobody told them to go. And so we get to this place where we just want to come to church when we want to come to church, and don't expect nobody to say nothing to me because I'm grown. I can do what I want.
Right.
I'm grown. I don't have to answer to nobody. But you go to work.
Right.
I'm going to make somebody mad. We go to work, and you got to respond to your boss. So the boss who paid you dollars, you give them more respect than the person who watched over your soul.
My God. Say that.
When the Bible clearly says, forget the man who can destroy a body, but you need to watch him who can. So I can't destroy your soul, but I speak for your soul. I watch over your soul. I speak to your soul. What is your soul? We always talk about that. Your soul is just your seat of emotions.
Right.
Now your soul is not what's going to go to heaven and all that. No, because the Bible declares your soul going to die. Your soul is who you are. Your inner being, the person you have made up. That's just your soul. We gonna hoop one of these days, but we got to talk. Because we can't just keep hooping over nonsense. We shout on nothing, and we sit on substance. So watch this. God did not save you, deliver you, and give you the precious gift of salvation just for you to become visible and vocal in these four walls.
Right.
He did not save us, deliver us, and give us the gift of salvation just to sit in the four walls. Say, I am rescued, I was rescued to go. Say, I was rescued to go. I was rescued to go. I was rescued to go.
I was rescued to go.
Yeah, I was rescued to go. He rescued you from sin, only to go back. He rescued you from sin, only for you to go back out in sin and get those who are in sin to tell about a person who rescued you. But you don't know how precious that is. That's why some people don't go tell it.
Yeah.
Because it don't mean much to you. But when you find out how precious that gift is, that gift called salvation, that gift of salvation, now you didn't have to pay for it, but it ain't cheap. So when you only shine your light in here, you're only trying to outshine others. And the reason why some people never go out because we get blinded by each other's light inside here. And we never find our way outside. That's why there's so much what we would call advancing chaos in the world.
Right.
Advanced chaos. It looks as though society is advancing because darkness, they've gotten so comfortable with darkness.
Right.
Because we, the church, we only shine our light in here.
Yes.
That they got everybody else is out of the closet except the church. Everybody else speaking up for their rights except the church. Everybody else can talk about the rights they have except the church. That's how you can have the same thing happen this week or the last 2 weeks where you got two people who were accused of sexual assault.
Right.
You got two people who were accused of sexual assault. One get an orange jumpsuit, the other one get a robe. What? One is tried by the courts, the other one is elected to the courts because the church is quiet, the church light is dim. So while the light is dimming, society is advancing. Because we're only letting our light shine in the four walls. We got a whole bunch of lit churches. All the churches are lit up. Because all the church members are only coming to church with your light shine. And as soon as you leave the church, you cut your light out. Man, I'll tell you, my makes somebody mad. We gonna hoop one day. Matthew 5, verse 16 says, and some in the same way, probably better if I put glasses on. I have to come to the realization I'm getting older. I'm getting wiser. In the same way, let your light shine. Let your light shine before others so that they may see your good deeds and glorify the God in heaven. So for the next 3 weeks, we're going to be talking about discipling. We're going to be talking about discipling. The Great Commission. That's one of the lost conversations in church. The Great Commission. Because too many churches are so caught up in just building members. See, they want to increase their numbers, but not strengthen the members. Because when you strengthen the members, they become disciples.
Right.
And they go. They go and tell the good news. See, your belief, your Christianity is not just a Sunday morning thing.
That's right. Amen.
We don't need to see how saved you are on Sunday. We care less about how much salvation you got on Sunday.
Right.
It's what do you do? What time is it? What you gonna do at 1:45? Well, you don't. I mean, Redskins don't play today, so what you gonna do at 1:45? Yeah, what are you going to do after church? Who's going to see that you've been to church?
Come on.
Who's going to benefit because you became the church?
That's good.
Who's going to know anything about you going to church? We go to work. And that's why probably some people can't get people from their job to come to church. Blessed assurance. So, as we begin to not close this series, but pause this series, because this is just the introduction. We got 3 more weeks now. Don't y'all miss because y'all we got 2 more weeks of this. Yeah, it's gonna get better. Or as kids say, it's gonna get gooder and gooder. good. None of my teachers here today. So let's find out what a disciple is. All right? What is a disciple? First, as we said before, a disciple was first a church member, but not all church members become disciples. Let me say it again. A disciple was first a church member, but not all church members become disciples. A disciple is someone who has accepted Jesus Christ and has allowed him to have a constant rule in their lives. Not a perfect rule. Let me get you to understand that. Not a perfect rule. The disciples go out to make other church members. So in other words, they go out. Remember, he delivered you. He saved you from sin. To go back out in the world of sin. To bring in those out of sin. So to create another church person, another church member, to create another church. In hopes that that church member become a disciple. Because you don't want somebody just to come to church and sit in church. So a disciple is someone who has accepted Jesus Christ and have allowed him to have a constant rule in their life. The disciples go out and make other church members with hopes they too become a disciple. So, I want you to do me a favor. Look down your row. New Kingdom, look down your row. Elder Turner, you're on the row by yourself. Ain't nobody on that row. That's your row too, Elder Turner. That's your whole row. And while you look at that row, y'all try to be smart. Y'all try to make sure one of them to see. Thomas will spread his leg, make sure he... Now I want you to understand this. Look down your row. Look real good. Look to the left, look to the right. Even if there's, look, and I want you to find every empty chair. We ain't got as many chairs as we do on New Kingdom. But I want you to realize this. Every empty seat is your fault. You have to, that's the mentality you take. When I come to church, every empty seat is my fault. Because it's my responsibility to go. To go out and cast my net. Well, I invited these people. I cast my net all night long. Well, guess what? Put your net on the other side. You know more than 3 people. Stop asking the same 3 people.
Right.
If they're not receptive, go find somebody else to witness to. Go find somebody else to share the good news. Because it is our responsibility. It is our fault for the empty seats. It is up to us to go and spread the gospel. But we get so comfortable being church members. As long as I come in and I got my seat. Because remember, church members, they want titles. Disciples want the work. Let me go so far as to say this. Church members, they want credit but no responsibility. Mm-hmm. But disciples want accountability. Let me say it again. Church members want credit but no responsibility. But disciples want accountability. When I'm wrong, call me out. When I need to do more, let me know.
Yes, yes.
When there's a need, I'll take it on. He helped you out, Elder Turner. He said in that word right there. He helped you out. Yeah. So as we bring this to an end, remember this: the harvest is plenty, but the disciples are few. Just because you're a worker in the Lord's church, don't mean you're a disciple in the Lord's church. Just because you're a worker in the Lord's church does not mean that you are a disciple in the Lord's church. When a church do not disciple, you can believe that church will dissolve. A church that do not disciple is a church that will dissolve. What difference does it make just to come in Sunday after Sunday only to feed yourself? It is as if you're saying, I am going to eat the fatted calf and let everybody else around me starve. I am going to get this salvation and let everybody else around me go to hell. Let your light so shine so that the world around you, your world may see your good deeds. But not give you the glory, and not for your story, but for his glory.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's all for him. Because watch this, when you do it for his glory, he will enhance your story. Let me say that again. When you do it for his glory, he will enhance, increase, enlarge your story. Because when you do his work, he'll handle yours.
That's right.
Yeah. So our assignment, let's get about our Father's business. Let's get about our Father's business. Who benefits from your existence?
Come on, Pastor.
Who benefits from your salvation? This is my for real though closing. I'm done. I'm done for real. It's hot. You gotta go. And I remember what was it? Amway. You remember? Yeah. Tim said, yeah. What would they call those things? Pyramid?
Pyramid.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the object in Amway is you got to get, if you do this, you got to get some more people.
Yep.
And in hopes that they get more people. And they got to get more people. And they got to get more people. Listen, they didn't create that pyramid. That was Christ who created the pyramid. In other words, when you get to heaven, who is going to heaven as a result?
Right.
In other words, who's following you to heaven?
Right.
So because of your salvation, you're supposed to be that disciple who I am going to have. I'm going to get these two people on my team, and these people, they're going to get somebody else. Because remember, you are the church.
Right.
Who's going to heaven because of your story? Who's going to heaven because of your light? Who knows Jesus Christ because you know him? Now, we're so quick to tell, I know this person. We name drop everybody. Oh, yeah, I know this person. Yeah. Who name dropping Jesus? Who name dropping Jesus? I know a man named Jesus. I know him personally. That's how the woman at the well, see, I told you I was about to go. I was about to close. I'm done this time for real. The woman at the well, she got there and she began to tell her story about the people she knows. And he began to tell her, no, it's really not about the people you know, it's about the person you just met. See, you came for one thing, but I'm going to change your story. And when she left, she said, well, I'm not going to tell you about the many husbands I had, but let me tell you about a man who I met, who told me about my ministry stories. So watch this, because when you meet him and go for his glory, he will enhance. And watch this, I can even say, some stuff you've done in the past, some stuff he will hide. Whew, I don't know about you, but I'm so glad some stuff is in the past, under the blood. Now you got some church folk.
Yep.
You got some church folk who love going digging in other people's trash. You got some church folk who love dumpster diving. They want to go hang out in all the stuff that you threw away. If that's all the best you got, you want to go hang out in my trash, you go right ahead. I threw it away for a reason. I didn't like it for a reason. It was stinking, and so you're going to go hold something that was stinking? Well, you go ahead with your stinking self. But the God I serve, I'm so glad that he picked me up, turned me around, and he cleaned me up. Why is it that he says that he will cleanse us and make our filthy garments white as snow? Why are there some folk who want to take the filth that he rolled off you and they want to go pick up? That's because some people are church folk. They're not disciples. When you become a disciple, you care less about other people doing it. When you're a disciple, you don't care about who they with, who they sleeping with, who they slept with. You ain't got time for it. You are about your Father's business.
That's right.
And you care less who they go sleep with. Yeah. I don't care. That's why I don't spend a whole lot of time in people's business.
Right.
No. Now, I might talk junk on Facebook, Miranda. But the truth of the matter, that's what gives us. That's because, a lot of people are depressed, and I like to make people laugh. But at the end of the day, the truth of the matter, I'm not worried. I'm worried about you getting to heaven.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the ending race. I'm your coach. I'm trying to make sure that you work out your own salvation.
Right.
That's all I'm doing. So next week we're asking, as a matter of fact, we're gonna do this next week. I feel this. As a matter of fact, I feel this. And what's this, October, right? Shirley, Frankie, we're not even coming over here in October. We're not coming here in October. We're gonna shut this down in October. You gotta go to God. We're gonna shut this down. LB, y'all only gotta sing one time, one service. We're not doing this. October, we shut this down. Because there is no need if we're not discipling one church.
Right. Say that.
It's time that we really get back to the basics of things. I'm not too egotistical that I gotta keep. No. We're gonna shut this down for a little bit. We're gonna shut this down. If it ain't working, we're gonna shut it down. As a matter of fact, stand up, Bishop. Dave, hand me the key real quick. Hurry, move.